In this video I'm going to show you how easy it is to make this Enneper curved earring, and I'm going to personalise it by putting the letter A at the bottom, but you could use Russian fonts, Hindi, Arabic, Hebrew, etc., as well as a range of different Western fonts. So we're going to use the application Fluid Designer for 3D printing, and just click Group Library there. That just refreshes this file list. So I'm going to use a connector, just a wire connector at the top here for the fisheye hook to go through. I'm also going to use a Harrington font, but there are lots of other fonts available, so I'm going to use this letter A here. And I'm going to make an earring, so I'm going to go to the earrings folder, and I'm looking for the objects Enneper curve earrings, which can be purchased from our shop. And here we are. These are the Enneper ones, a number of different ones. I'm going to use the first one. So I just drag and drop that object onto the workspace, and this is a jewellery object, jewellery software, and we could change the number of rows here and create a circular pattern like that. I don't want rows in this instance. I just want to change the I do want rows in this instance. I don't want a circular pattern, so I can change the rows here, and I'm just going to set the count at 3. I could change the offset. That will give me different patterns for the earring. I'm going to stick with the default one, and I can just move that panel back out of the way a bit there. I'll just switch on screencast keys. Don't think I'm going to use any, but okay, so I want to put a connector at the top of this, so I go to File and Append. Just go up through the menu system until you get to the Groups folder. Go to Connectors. I'm going to use a wire connector with a 1.5mm diameter hole, and if I just zoom in there, we do need to make sure that that's selected, so I'll select it over here. There's quite a bit going on in the middle of the screen there, and I just pull that one up, and I'll just switch off the snap, and I'll just switch off proportional editing by pressing the OK. Now if I press the Tab key to go into edit mode, I can just, press O again. If I just pull that down, so I just switch proportional editing off, and then Tab key once I'm happy with the position of that. That looks okay. All I need to do now is put a letter A at the bottom. So go to File and Append again, up through the menu system until you get to Groups. I'm going to use a Harrington font, capital letter A I'm going to use, and I'll just append that from the library. And again, make sure it's selected. Now if we look at that, that's a different thickness from the rest of it, so I'm going to change that. This is a parametric smart object, so we can change it to any thickness we want. I want it to match the rest of the Enneper curve, which has got a cross section of 1mm. In other words, it's rounded. It's a proportional editing on again. Let me just do Control Z. O to switch off. I thought I'd switched that off, but I obviously hadn't. Cross section diameter, that's better. Just pull it down. Proportional editing was on, so it was just trying to move everything. I'll just pull it a fraction more. I don't want it sticking through the other side of there. So you can just position it wherever you want. Once you're happy with all of that, I'll just double check that that's okay up there. It is. Just go to Tools, Object Tools, convert that to a mesh. Tools, Object Tools, convert the Enneper curve to a mesh. Tools, Object Tools, convert the connector to a mesh, and then just hold down the Shift key. The connector is selected. Click on the curve, click on the letter A, and Tools, Object Tools, and join them together. And that's essentially it. If you want to check the weight of this, you can just open up the toolbox, go to 3D printing, and click on volume, and then just pull this panel down, and you can see that this is about 0.3 of a centimetre cubed. If you multiply that by 10, that gives you 3 grams. So this is approximately 3 grams weight, which should be fine. And now what you do is you go to File and Export it. I tend to use Wavefront format and save it to the desktop. I saved this one earlier as Personalised Enneper Curve Earring. So you export that OBJ file, and you then just go to Netfab and Netfab Basic and just run it through Netfab Basic, and that'll repair it. Then you can upload it to Shapeways or 3D print it at home and plastic if you wanted to as well. Okay, so that's how easy it is to create this quite stylish Enneper curve earring. Good luck in creating your own.